Hi everybody, this is a Thoughts with Queen T video. So today's topic is body dysmorphia, and why I've decided to talk about it is because the other day I saw a post, somebody talked about it. One, they spelt it wrong, so it kind of like it bothers me. So I was like, well, one, that's spelled wrong, but like I get what you're saying. So what this is gonna be is I'm gonna talk about it. I know I've had my own personal experience with it and kind of, I guess, how I deal with it. That's not the best way I want to phrase it, but honestly, that is how it is phrased for me. So, and if you've noticed in my quick side note, you've noticed in my videos, I like nervously laugh. It's because I nervously laugh. I don't know like how to hide it. So, if that's why I laugh, that's why. So I've heard it described a couple of different ways. With my story, I'll explain like the first time I heard it and what I thought it was. But as time has gone on, the definition, I wouldn't say has grown, but like my understanding of it and everything has grown as well. So what body dysmorphia, oh my God, I cannot speak, used to mean to me was you would look in the mirror, and at first I thought it was just body size. So you would look in the mirror and you would either see something bigger or smaller than what actually it appeared to be. And so why I phrase it like that is, I've heard other YouTubers talk about their experience with it. In some cases, it would be like, I know one other like case, they would see something smaller than what actually appeared. In my case and in many others, they would see something bigger. However, with my understanding of it, doing extra research, body dysmorphia is not exactly like just you're bigger or you're smaller. Like it's not just your body. It is you see like a defect or a flaw in your appearance, and you feel as though like you feel embarrassed, you feel ashamed, you feel anxious about it. And, in my case, a lot, and that helped me understand like a lot of my actions. So like in my case, I had a lot of like physical flaws that, bothered me. And so I would avoid many social situations. And that's something I look back on. And I also have really bad social anxiety. So, just a great combination as it is. But, with a lot of these things, like you look back and it kind of like, you get it. It's a full picture then at that point. So let me kind of, talk about my, I guess, past with it. So when I was a kid, like I wasn't overweight or anything, honestly, had a pretty happy childhood. It wasn't until high school where, I was bullied and really just had a tough time. Like, puberty's kicking in, your body is changing. And like my particular area that I wasn't happy with was my stomach. Like literally, like my torso, I was not happy with. And, I wished I could look more like, not really necessarily celebrities, but like I would see just any individual, like no matter their size, no matter their hairstyle, like didn't matter. Like I would look at people and I'm like, okay, they look gorgeous. Why can't I feel, why can't I feel that way? And so, like I would just see myself and I'm like, I'm, obviously like, I don't look right. Like I gotta do something about it. And it's like not saying clothes didn't fit me, but I wanted to wear like camis, and I don't like tight clothing. So, I'd be like, okay, if I want to wear certain things, I'm gonna have to try and lose weight and have a healthier lifestyle and try to exercise more. And so, changing my lifestyle up, it helped a lot. It wasn't, I don't believe in diets. Diets, don't really work, because if you just do it for a certain amount of time, like a lot of women, for example, want to try and lose weight for a wedding. So they'll go on a diet. Well, let's say you get to that size for your wedding, but then you just go back to your old eating. Like, it's not going to work. It's a constant pattern. So, you've got to try and change your lifestyle if you want to, like, constantly see change and not revert back to, what you were previously, if that's your goal. If you don't care and you just want to look nice first, then that's fine. But for most people, when it comes to weight loss, they want to try and keep it off. That was my case. I wanted to try and keep it off. So, I lost a good amount of weight. I was able to pick out some new clothes, and it was really exciting. And then it was moving. So with moving from Wisconsin to Hawaii, we, of course, you have to sell your house. You got to move all your belongings. And thanks to the military, they'll help you do all that. But for a good month or so, like, we had to stay in a hotel in Wisconsin. And for myself, I had to work ahead in my classes in order to get grades, like, on time, because their schedules were different. In Wisconsin, the first quarter of high school wouldn't finish until January, because school didn't start until September. While in Kapolei, Hawaii, their school year started in August and they were done before Christmas. So I had to try and rush and get that done. So of course I didn't have as much time as I wanted to kind of keep up the routine that I used to have. Then with living in a hotel, you're not having the same lifestyle, like with eating, that you used to. So some of the weight came back, but not a lot of it. But moving then to Hawaii, still in a hotel, still, trying to just not keep living. I don't want to, but I knew I wasn't comfortable like wearing a two-piece, and I didn't have any swimsuits that, I really enjoyed with me. So it was, let's go swimsuit shopping. And I just hated it, because I'm like, my body isn't where it's supposed to be. And, I feel like I'm not worthy to go on the beach. And so, I never got a new swimsuit. I was like, I don't want to go swimsuit shopping until I know, like, I can get rid of some of this weight. Like, I need to try and get back in a routine. And, we were able to get back into a normal routine, as you would say. We found a house that we could rent, and we're able to cook at home and get back into a normal routine when it comes to like schoolwork, exercising, all that. And I would say it wasn't until college that I realized, like, that first definition that I shared, that I had body dysmorphia. A friend of mine, said, hey, if that's how you're feeling, I think I know kind of what the cause of it is. And so that helped me like kind of understand a little bit more, because I had no idea about it. But it wasn't until I'd say now, like after college and everything, kind of grasping what all of this means, because the body dysmorphia led to some other mental health illnesses that I also have, and still kind of recovering from, or dealing with, I would say. But each person has their own kind of journey, and at that time too, it's nice to hear, like, it's fine to give compliments. Like, I know in my case, my family's always like, oh, you look fine, or, you've got nothing to worry about. And it's fine. Like, they mean no harm by it, but it is a constant battle. Like, it's not something that is going to go away. For some people, it takes a few years. For some, it's their whole life. And for myself, it's just a constant, like, mental thing where it's like, you eat well, you do what you can, like, don't suffer because you don't look a certain way. And it's great that nowadays that there is literally, like, love your body, and a lot of women in Hollywood are speaking out about, their eating disorders or pressures within Hollywood. Like, I think that's really great, especially for young women to hear, because a lot of, people struggle with, like, how are we supposed to look in society's eyes? Like, how are women supposed, especially women, don't get me wrong, men deal with this too, because, I know a couple of people who are like, I'm supposed to be a big, strong guy. I'm not strong. And it's like, a lot of us are facing pressures and feeling like we need to be or look a certain way. And so I think it's nice that we're coming to a point where it's like, no, like, each person is different in a good way, and each person should be able to love themselves and how they truly feel. So, that's my kind of take on this topic of body dysmorphia. Feel free to leave your comments down below. And this playlist is going to talk about some serious things. So, like, sometimes it's going to be fun. Sometimes it's going to be this. So, it's just going to happen, and it's going to be real talk. So, feel free to like and subscribe if you want, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.